Go ahead.
All right. You are gonna need a bigger boat. So what? Well, I got three best lines. Yeah, three. No, four.
Okay.
I got four lines.
All right, I'm gonna go in first on this one since you went first with the last one. All right, so
I had a lot more than four lines, but a lot of the lines that I would have wrote down, there was so
many things you couldn't say.
Yes. Yeah.
And you know how you were gonna say that because I'm like he's gonna have such a hard time with this. To me, I couldn't even get. I don't even think I'm 4 minutes into the film till I'm like, who the is this guy? Like, if I didn't know who a rapper was, yet again, we've named Woods Harris and we talked about Makai. I think we've done all three of the characters justice. But it's Rico. Top three lines here. And I may be paraphrasing. We don't paraphrase on quotes, but this motherfucker, like, he's trying to tell a story at the beginning of the movie. He was like, yo, man, so check it out. Like, no. What y'all doing? Like, nah, that. Listen to the story. So, I'm at my man's birthday party. Guess what I do, yo? Nigga, it's like a cake, nigga. I go get it. And, like, it's his birthday, right? I check this nigga. And I just mush it all in the motherfucker's face. Like, it just tripped me out. Like, everybody talking about I'm bugging it. You know, so can you believe that shit? And Ace is like, yeah, nigga, because you bugging.
Yeah.
The you doing? The f***'s wrong with you?
Yeah, all in his face.
Yeah, but again, because he's a kid. Rico's a kid mentality, man.
And that just set it up right from the very beginning that he takes joy in just f***ing somebody else's shit
Oh,
up.
yeah.
No respect. Yeah, he has a complete disrespect for anybody around him.
Yeah, no matter who it is.
I'll go with my first line is I'll keep it in the Rico vein, and we kind of brought it up already that what's the point in having soldiers if you can't use them?
Ooh,
that
thank you.
is
So you did hear him say that?
Oh yeah, that was such a telling moment for who he is as a person. He is he would be a ruthless dictator if given the chance, and a terrible one to live under.
That regime would be horrible.
Yeah.
All right, for me, if I had to go back again, it was for when he him and Rico. How did you make this? See, this was not Rico's line. It's when the guy, one of the funny moments in the film. This guy tells this like a 2-minute story, and then Ace asks him, "Man, how long you been out?" He was like, "Oh man, you didn't hear that, and I ain't even here right now." So that's he said he's telling the story basically about how Mitch and Rico got hooked up, and he says so like this is true to that game you used to play when you were a kid to like tell this person this, tell this person this. By the time it gets to the other person, it's something else. Mm-hmm. By the time it got to this guy, he said, "Man, I'm telling you, and this kid, yo, this Panamanian cat, like the Spanish dude Rico, yo, dude had like 10 razors up his ass," and I'm like, "The f this dude just said 10 razors up his ass." Like, who's writing this? That could not have been. That was improv, but hey, that was improv of the movie for me.
Yeah,
10 razors up his ass.
I kind of brought this up too already, damn it, but it's so good I'll say it again. When Ace is telling Rico, he's like, "I'm out. I've been shot in the head, baby." That's like he says it so like it was a funny, not funny moment, but again, it goes back to Wood Harris's delivery of just being able to take something like that and have it so multi-dimensional as far as it's a sad moment, it's somber, but his delivery is just like, it's tickling.
It's tickling, but what was funny to me, because me and my friends still use this line. This is how like synonymous this line is, so we got the line from the movie. You've never heard me say this, but I know me and my other friends, we've used this before. It's the same scene, but it's prior to that. Like, you see, first off, they're all in there, and it shows you Rico's selfishness. It shows you Mitch's concern, because as much as Mitch loves money, he loves his friend more, and that's shown several times.
Yeah.
But like, you see Ace sitting there with his big ass tampon pad on his head and a bandage from the 70s on his neck, and it's like within the first 30 seconds you hear Rico say, "Hey, yo, man, niggas get shot every day, B." Like, what the did you just say?
You'll be fine.
But was that not foreshadowing? Like, hey, nigga, I'll kill you too. He was to Mitch.
Yeah, it's like, nothing to him.
It's nothing to him. Like, yeah, he's never the one getting shot. Again, Slytherin. He's a snake. That's all I'm trying to say. Harry Potter, play me J.K. Robbins, give me some money for this. But yeah, so to me, when he drops that line, like, niggas get shot every day, B, to me, to him, he's that, like you say, he's such a wild card to where he knows there's only two ways for him to go out. Either killing somebody or getting killed. And the unfortunate part was he wound up snitching. And it was not a Rico thing to do.
Yeah.
Yo, he really thinks he's coming home. That's the crazy part about it too. Because at the end of the movie, they show you like like that's what I meant to bring up earlier. They call it. It's first off, the movie opens up in Harlem. What you don't realize, the very first sound we hear, who do we hear? You know who we hear rapping?
Who's that? No,
It's
I do
Eric
know
B and
about-
Rakim, and the
Yeah,
song
yeah,
is paid
yeah.
in full.
Mhm.
So they first off paid money for that.
Thinking
That
of a
happens.
master plan.
Yeah, there you go. So that happens. Now, so when that happens, as far as it started in Harlem and all the what was I talking about? Damn it.
Dum dum ba-dum.
Damn it, Mr. Oriole.
Dum ba-dum.
All right, we're just gonna keep moving forward. But definitely, what we're talking about, Rico?
I got nothing but sweat inside my hand.
Oh, you. All right, yeah, all right. So your turn.
Still coming up with lint. It's like,
Oh, you man. You.
my. All right, I got two more. When Ace says there's really not a whole lot to do with Lucky, me going to work right now, don't call me Lucky. That line was good to me, and it just falls into his whole running theme with him wanting to be called Ace. Some people call him, what, Junior? Is that what it was?
Junior, Ace, and Lucky.
He always the same way, just don't call me that. It's Ace.
But if you look, not even but, I'll say and, because I hate the conjunction but, because it means like I'm finna go against what you said. No, and in addition to what you were saying, if you notice, first and foremost, mothers everywhere slap their sons around the world after he did that. Don't call me Lucky.
Yeah.
You see my mom come in every time. Like,
But the crazy thing is there's nothing lucky about me going to work right now. That day turned out to be a lucky day for him. That was the day that what's his f***ing nuts, the shithead, no, the day that Calvin went down
to jail,
and he got his big break to start
But
making
no,
money.
not only that's the day that Calvin went down, that's also when he found the coke in Lulu's pocket.
Yeah, so it was the lucky day. It was just
like
it was an ironic line, but even by itself, it was.
But if you think
good.
about it, not even think about it, to me, even furthermore, what delves out that is the fact that when he says, they showed that Ace was always about money. Even when he think about this, like it's like winning the lottery. You're not gonna go back to your job. He kept his job. But with that being said, even when Mr. Pitts found out, even after that happened, like after they had that exchange, like he's like, go ahead, live your life, whatever. He was like, all right. Like 99% of people to walk, that this motherfucker said, I still want my $75 on Friday.
Yeah.
That should have been one of my top lines. Like, dude, I know I'm gonna go sell drugs and make a lot. Like, he literally made like $300-$400 in one night. Like, hey, on Friday, I still want my 75. Mm-hmm. And then even Pitt said $75. Ain't that because he knew what he was about to do.
Yeah.
But notice one other thing. Pitts ain't tried to. He ain't say you're gonna be dead in jail because even Pitts knew like no matter what Ace do, Ace gonna be good because he ain't no flashy type of dude. Because even though he was selling drugs from Mr. Pitt's spot, he didn't want to still up Mr. Pitt's spot. He was still hiding, and Mr. Pitts found it because he dropped those tickets. Mm-hmm. So he was still protecting the board.
Yeah.
That's why I chose Ace for the best actor in this film.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah. I don't care how he ends up on the board. He's up there. That's fine.
Ace is up there. Woods Harris, if you need him, gentlemen and ladies.
My last line is it's one of the first lines in the movie after Ace gets jumped, or you just see the door close in the beginning, and then you hear a ruckus happening inside, and then it cuts to him on that
ruckus could have been much
stretcher.
louder, to be honest with you. I know we're gonna get the things we could have changed later, but like it's like, come on, dude, who's the sound mixer on this shit? Make the ruckus louder.
But when he's on the stretcher and the paramedic says, "Who did this to you?" and his response is, "I did."
I couldn't even hear that. You heard that?
Yeah.
I had the TV blast. I watched this 10 times.
That's
tells
powerful. You so
yes.
much about his character. Like that was such a like you knew that you're dealing with somebody who takes responsibility, who has regret for the whatever they're about to get into when the movie goes back in time and you see what led him here. You already know that he regrets his decision and he takes full responsibility for whatever happened, regardless of who was on the other side of the door. When you come to find out later, you hear it from the victim himself, from Ace, that and really the guy that this whole movie is based on wrote it. So these are his words, actually, that "Who did this to you? I did." So I thought that was powerful to have that kind of responsibility.
Powerful. And that's why I say I don't have a problem with you. I know we're joking about it, but I have no problem with you choosing Woods Harris, because if you notice, like, even throughout the whole film, even when he started getting money, he was still never flashy. Like, maybe the cars did change. And you can just tell he's just a fan of cars, because Mitch had been selling Mitch had been selling drugs for years and Ace never did it. It was only he only complimented, he never, he said, I see you shining, but it was when he got that with the gold BBSs and the car, he's a car fan. But other than the car, Like even when his man's got out, like the first time I saw the movie, I thought he bought that car for Mitch, but he didn't. He bought it for himself. But he was like, man, just take it.
Yeah.
Like, cause to him it was all about family being family and everybody eating it. Which goes back to your point. That scene, one of your top scenes, is when he found out Mitch died. It's like, damn, like wait a minute, I wasn't prepared for this, but you hitting me here, and that's hurtful, man.
Yeah. All right, you got any other lines?
Just the one I brought up earlier, the callback to when you're a funny guy. Because to me, I've always like callbacks. You brought up the Scarface callback. They definitely clearly love Scarface, and to me, even the Scarface callback is to most rappers, like even from the black rapper Scarface, who calls himself Scarface. A lot of rappers reference it because again, what they can relate with is not a white guy rising to power. They can relate with an immigrant, somebody not from here because we were stolen and brought here. He was however he got here. They call them wetbacks. They call us. Well, you know what they call us. I don't have to say that. You don't even have to bleep that part out. It's been said enough. But with that being said, it's just kind of like, damn, like that's why they resonated with it. So to me, that was just it. Like I love the callbacks in it. And again, we mentioned I'm the only person, or we're the only show to reference Paid in Full and Harry Potter. There you go, internets.
Find us in all these links. It's coming up right now.
That's the trailer.